The power of small habits. How tiny changes change your life. They say big doors swing on small hinges, and yet, most of us spend our lives waiting for the big moment, the perfect day, the major opportunity, that one life-changing event. But what if the real secret to success isn't in the big moments at all? What if it's hidden in the smallest things you do every single day? Welcome to Wali Tales. Today we're diving into the power of small habits and how the tiniest changes can completely transform your life. Picture this. Two people with the same dream. Both want to get fit, read more, and live better. The first one makes a bold promise. I'm going to start running 5 kilometers every day. The second one keeps it simple. I'll just put on my shoes and walk for 5 minutes. At first, there's no visible difference. A week passes, nothing major. But fast forward a year, the second person has built something powerful. A habit that's now part of who they are. The first person, they burned out, they quit. That's the quiet magic of small habits. They compound silently but powerfully until one day, they redefine who you are. Let's look at the numbers. A study from University College London found it takes on average 66 days for a new behavior to become automatic. Not 21 days, not overnight, but 66 days of small, consistent effort. And here's something fascinating. If you get 1% better every day for a year, you'll be 37 times better by the end of it. But if you get 1% worse every day, you'll almost hit zero. That's the math of momentum, the power of compounding. The same force that grows your savings account can grow your discipline, your focus, and your life. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, said it best. You do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. It's not the dream that changes your life. It's the system you build to reach it. Let me share a story. There was a man who had struggled with his weight for years. Every January, he joined a gym. Every February, he quit. Until one day, he made a new rule. He'd go to the gym for 5 minutes only. That's it, 5 minutes. He'd show up, do one set, and leave. At first, people laughed, but soon it became part of his identity. He stopped thinking of himself as someone trying to work out and started seeing himself as someone who never missed a workout. Over time, those 5 minutes turned into 15, then 30, then an hour, and 2 years later, he'd lost over 100 pounds. Not from a giant leap, but from small steps, repeated over and over. That's the real power of small habits. Think about how water boils. At 25 degrees, it's cold. At 50, it's warm. At 99, it's hot. But at 100 degrees, just 1 degree higher, it transforms. It becomes steam. And that steam can move trains, power engines, and change the world. Your habits are the same. For a long time, nothing seems to happen. Then suddenly, everything changes. Small habits create invisible progress. They don't give instant satisfaction, but they quietly stack success layer by layer until one day you break through. So how do you build small habits that actually last? Step 1, start tiny. Don't aim to read 50 pages. Start with 1. Don't meditate for an hour, just 1 minute. Make it so small you can't say no. Step 2, tie it to your identity. Don't say, I want to be a writer. Say, I'm someone who writes every day. Identity shapes behavior. When you believe it's who you are, you'll act like it naturally. Step 3, design your environment. Want to eat better? Put fruit on the table, not chips. Want to read more? Keep your book in plain sight. Make good habits easy and bad ones hard. Step 4, track your wins and celebrate progress. Every small victory releases dopamine, your brain's motivation signal. You start craving the process, not just the reward. The habit becomes the reward itself. Marcus Aurelius once said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. He meant, stop waiting, start doing. Even if it's small, every action is a vote for the kind of person you want to become. Each small habit, each repeated effort, whispers to your future, I'm becoming better. Remember, the universe doesn't reward intensity. It rewards consistency. Psychologists call it behavioral momentum. Once a small action becomes automatic, your brain saves energy. And that same energy gets redirected toward bigger growth. That's why athletes still practice basics. That's why billionaires still read daily. That's why artists still sketch every morning. Because excellence is not an event, it's a habit. Neuroscience even backs this up. Your brain has something called neuroplasticity, the ability to rewire itself. Each time you repeat a small positive behavior, you strengthen the neural pathway that supports it. You're not just changing your actions, you're literally reshaping your brain. One small habit often triggers another. Wake up early, you feel more in control. You eat better, you focus more, you sleep better. Tiny wins create a ripple effect across your whole life. This is called habit stacking. Start small, and soon, your entire lifestyle begins to align around that single choice. Maybe right now you feel stuck. You've tried big plans that fell apart. You've failed, restarted, and failed again. But hear this, you are not broken. You just need a better system. Forget perfection. Forget overnight success. Focus on progress, one small step at a time. Read one page, do one push-up, save $1, say one kind word, because one day, those tiny choices will shape who you are, and who you are will shape everything. Remember this, mountains are built from tiny stones, oceans are made of tiny drops, and great lives are created from tiny, consistent actions. So start small, stay steady, and one day you'll look back and realize that those little habits didn't just change your routine, they changed your entire life. This is Life Learned Tales, where every story reminds you that it's the small things that make the biggest difference.